everyone. It looks like we are at the top of the hour. Thank you so very much for joining us today. It looks like we still have a few people that are logging in. We'd just like to thank you for your time. Just a short introduction. My name is Amber, and I'm the sales manager here at Practice Web. I've been with the company 11 years now, and in that time, I've helped hundreds of offices use our practice management software. Also on the line are Nicholas, one of our data team support specialists, and our COO, Neil Katari. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, well, to start out, thanks for using Data Team in your offices. Thank you for being such loyal customers. Practice Web has owned Data Team since December 2017, and it's been great working with all of you. We just wanted to assure you, Data Team is still active and supported, but after receiving some client feedback from all of you, we are excited to discuss a great opportunity for your office to upgrade to our premier solution, Practice Web. As you'll soon see, Practice Web can truly boost your office's productivity and revenue. Now, a few items before we get started. Hopefully you all can now see my screen. If not, please click on the link in the webinar email that you received yesterday. We do want to apologize. The email before yesterday's email did have an incorrect link. The last 3 digits got mixed up. We do apologize for that. The link should end in 662, not 992. So if you cannot see my screen, just please check the email that you should have received, the latest one, and you should be able to see my screen. You should be looking at the Practice Web appointment module. If you're looking at the appointment module, I know you can see me. If you can see my screen but you can't hear me, I did send some chat messages just before we got started today, and if you can't hear us, please, log in, or I should say call in, and I provided the phone number for you in the chat bubble. So we'll go ahead and move along and get started. Now, if you have any questions during the presentation, please don't hesitate to ask them using the chat bubble at the top of your computer screen. Since we'll probably answer many of your questions during the demo, we'll keep the Q&A session at the end of the webinar, but we promise we'll answer any questions that you have today. Now, Practice Web is a very comprehensive practice management software. It's easy to use, and it's very affordable. We've been providing the solution since 2002, and it's used by more than 1,500 dentists. In this webinar, what we'll do is we'll go over the core functions of the Practice Web software for a typical new patient visit. And as we go along, we'll make a few comparisons with Data Team so that way you can see what Practice Web truly has to offer for you. Now, first, let's go over the main menu of our software. You can see in the upper left-hand corner, this really is the extent of the navigation. You have your default menus where you can do a lot of setup and customizations. You have various lists as well as reports to help you keep track. And then you also have other tools that can help you with your paperless functionalities. All of your patient functionality is located over here on the left-hand side of your screen. You have appointments, family, accounting, treatment planning, charting, images, and even a manage module. All of these are included, and all of them very simple to use, easy access. You also have a default toolbar right up here at the top. And all of these apply to your patients for whatever module you're in. This module, or this taskbar up here never changes, so that way you always know where to look for your information when you're trying to communicate with your patients. Now, let's go ahead and set up our new patient appointment. Let's say that John Doe is a new patient and he wants to come in for treatment. To make an appointment, you simply double left click on your preferred time slot. So it'll bring up your select a patient menu, And you can type in the last name and the first name, and it'll isolate your search. Now, we're not scheduling for Johnny. We're scheduling for John. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Many since I do not see him in this list. So when I click on the Add Many button, it will allow me to collect as much information as I can while I'm on the phone with this patient. You can try to get in a birthday. You can even add in the insurance information all from one screen. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and it automatically brings up my Edit Appointment screen. Now you can use these customizable appointment buttons or procedure buttons to attach what this patient's coming in for today. And you just click OK to save. Now, many of our data team clients have called us asking about appointment confirmations. Currently, data team doesn't work with any automated confirmation systems, but PracticeWeb does. We even have our own confirmation system that is affordable and easy to use. PW Connect is our text reminder system that will automatically send a text message to your scheduled patients. And when they reply C to confirm, it'll update the appointment status automatically. And if they reply anything other than a confirmation message, you can actually see that information right from your PracticeWeb software. And so if you look in the text button up at the top, you can see any new messages and any existing messages. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. So if I wanted to see my history, I could just click on the patient, and I can see my text message conversation with them. And I can even reply back right from one screen. And so this can help you prevent no-shows, eliminate full-blown cancellations, and help you increase your revenue because they're actually rescheduling those appointments instead of just canceling. And that is directly integrated to your PracticeWeb software. You can also use the system to send messages to patients with past due recalls, with outstanding insurance plans or outstanding treatment plans, and without scheduled appointments, which can help your office boost revenue. And all you have to do is click on the PW Connect at the top. And just like our software, we try to keep everything familiar. You can access all of these revenue-generating lists right from the left-hand side of the screen. And then you can send an on-demand text message to bulk patients. Now, let's go over patient registration. Now, I know Nick has actually spoken with a few of our data team clients about this.
Yeah, so I have. Many clients have asked if Data Team has a truly paperless option for registering new patients. Unfortunately, it does not, but PracticeWeb has several solutions to accomplish this.
And that's right. With PracticeWeb, you actually have three options for paperless patient registration. First, you have the patient kiosk, which if you install PracticeWeb on a Windows 10 tablet and then use it as a digital clipboard for your patients, you can very easily click on the Forms button and then click on Add. And this is an example of the patient registration form that you have available to you. And then they can fill it out on the tablet. Secondly, we also have an online option called Cloud Forms, and you can give your patients these forms using a website link or even by email. So for new patient appointments, you could actually send an email. Let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. So when you click on the email button at the top of the software, you can very easily add the email to the patients, and then they can click on the link. Now, when you click on that link, your patient, I should say, would see a screen that looks like this. And they can actually fill this information out. So just to show you the example, I'm actually going to go ahead and fill this out. Let's go ahead and type in our new patient, John Doe, and we'll go ahead and add in the birth date here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put in the information as well. Okay, so once your patient submits the information, that information will automatically populate into your Practice Web software when your staff retrieves it in the morning. So if you want to see the patients that have filled out these forms online, right from in your Practice Web software, you click on the Tools button, and then you click on the Web Forms, and then you can click on the Retrieve New Forms button. And if any forms were filled out online, you'll see them. And you can right-click, view this patient's forms. And the great thing about this is it'll actually allow you to double-check your patients to see what they've entered. So if I highlight my registration form and click on the Import button, I can now see what the patient entered in their home. Current value is what you entered at the time that you scheduled the appointment. Entered value is what they typed in. Anything with an X is what will actually populate into your software. So if I go ahead and click on Import, as soon as I close this box, that information, let me refresh my screen, will automatically populate here. So as you can see, very minimal amount of mouse clicks required to input all of that patient information if you allow them to do it from home. The third option is our Patient Enroll app, and this allows patients to complete the forms in your office using an iPad. I do actually have a demonstration video that I would like to show you guys. Okay. So, Nick, would you like to tell us a little bit about the Patient Enroll app?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you guys a little bit more about this here. So here's our Patient Enroll application for iPad. You would hand this iPad to your patient just as you would a clipboard. Here they can type in their last name and birthday either on a touchscreen or with a stylus to check in. It has a simple user interface that all iPad users should be familiar with. And when it brings up their forms, they can fill out all their information on the iPad, and it will automatically import into your Practice Web software so that there's no need to print or scan.
That's right. Everything will directly import into your software, and that way, let me pull that up. Sorry, guys. And so that way it just makes it that much easier on your front desk staff to register the patients. Now, let's look at the family module. If you needed to add an insurance plan for John Doe, you would just click on the Insurance Plan button at the top of the Family module, and then you can just follow the prompts. This makes it very simple for all users to do the basic functions of the Practice Web software. So for this example, we're going to go ahead and say yes, he is a subscriber. And we're going to use Pick from a List. The Pick from a List is an insurance plan history. So you can use the filters at the top of the screen to isolate, so if you have a large employer or, a military or government agency, large employee base, rather than entering the same plan over and over again, you can search by group number and carrier and group name, and if you see the plan that you want, you just double-click, and it'll populate all of that plan information for you. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my subscriber ID and click OK to save that plan. And it's also easy to manage dual insurance coverage. The process for adding secondary insurance plan is actually the same as entering for the primary. You can use the pick from a list, or you can enter a new plan brand new. For this example, let's just go ahead and put in MetLife. So if the insurance plan is not under pick from a list yet, you can manually enter the information for the carrier as well as the benefits. And once you click OK to save this plan, it's automatically going to go to the pick from a list for the next time you might need it. And so now you can see the primary and secondary plan. Now, let's say you have paper forms for your new patients still, and some of you would like to scan your existing paperwork into the software, so that way you don't have to worry about the maintaining an actual chart. You can scan your information into Practice Web using our Images module. And I actually set up an example for you here under Bugs Bunny. The Images module has customizable folders based on your practice's organization preferences. So if you want to customize these, you can do that under Setup menu and Definitions, and then right here under Image Categories. So you can rename them, reorder, reorganize, whatever you would like to do to help your office keep your information organized. And it's very easy to use. All you have to do is just highlight the folder you want to put the information into, and then use the scan buttons at the top. And this is an example of the forms if they're scanned in. So you still have the information readily available, and the great thing is you can set it up so any of your patient scanned items, including treatment history, are viewed from the chart module. So if the doctor wanted to see older chart treatment, they could just double-click on the thumbnail down here at the bottom of the screen. And let me slide my screen over here. And then this is what it would look like to the doctor. Okay. Now, when it comes to the paperless office process, one process that many of our clients have found successful to get rid of their charts is when you confirm your appointments, typically you pull the chart off the shelf and you put it in the file rack on the reception desk and you go about your day. Now, with Practice Web, you can confirm the appointment, scan the chart into the Images module, and then shred the chart or box it, whatever you're doing, to get it out of your office. This way you can start moving in a paperless direction right away. And this process seems to work really well for dentists with paper charts because if you pick a day to start using the paperless patient registration, from that day forward, you only use the paperless method for new patients. So there's no new paper coming into the office. And day by day, you scan in the charts for anyone on your schedule. Now, if your patients are pretty regular about coming in for their recalls, then you should be completely paperless within 6 to 8 months. And a lot of customers find that this works really well for them. Now, if you are currently using digital x-ray, Practice Web does have bridges to many different digital imaging systems, and our technical support is happy to help you set that up. Now, let's look at how you would chart John Doe's treatment in Practice Web.
And Amber, if I may, before we continue with charting, I just wanted to mention a few quick things about the chart module. So as you know, Charting and Data Team offers useful features, but it isn't designed to enter multiple treatments at once or to have all that patient information available at a glance in one screen. So chart data is spread across several tabs in Data Team. In Practice Web, it offers a comprehensive chart module designed for multiple treatment entries and to see all that patient information at a glance.
Yeah, that's right, Nick. Yes, our chart module is really powerful and easy to use. As you can see, our progress notes section offers many different treatment options. I'm going to go ahead and go back to our new patient, John Doe here. And I'm going to show you how to add in procedures. As you can see in the progress notes section, we have our appointment reference line, and the procedures that are attached to that our appointment are highlighted in yellow. Now, what if we're doing a procedure that's not on the appointment today? You can very easily click on the tooth, select complete as your entry status. Complete means that you're doing the work today, and you're going to bill it to your insurance, and then you select the procedure. And so 3 simple mouse clicks will allow you to add in that information. If you are completing the procedures on the appointment, you can very easily right-click and then set complete, and that will actually change the procedures from treatment plan to completed, and they're ready to be billed to the insurance today. And one thing I would love to show you is that if you look underneath my profile line item here, this is our default note, which is our paperless note template. And I love this option because you don't have to worry about typing your notes. You don't have to worry about searching through a quick list or anything like that. It just automatically populates once the procedures are marked as completed. And it's also very easy to document history as well, because as you know, when you have new patients, typically there's some existing work that needs to be shown. And so if we wanted to show maybe this patient has some fillings from a long time ago, we can highlight multiple teeth, and then we can click existing other as our history status, because this was done by another doctor. And we're going to use our quick buttons here to show maybe some big old amalgams. Okay? So you can very easily enter history. And then you can also enter your treatment plans in the same manner, highlighting the tooth, and then again using the customizable quick buttons. Now, when it comes to these quick buttons that you see on the right, they can be easily set up underneath the Setup menu, and then Chart. And then when you click on Procedure buttons, there's no limit to the number of buttons that you can customize or create for your practice's needs. Now, when it comes to the treatment being marked as completed, once you mark it complete, it's already waiting for you in your account module to be billed to the insurance. Now, Nick, I remember you and I speaking. You mentioned there was something about tracking progress notes that data team customers were interested in.
Yeah, so another feature that many of you have asked for in my working with you is a way to easily track and review all those progress notes in your charts. So Data Team doesn't allow you to do this or to search through it very quickly, where Practice Web actually has a show tab that can help narrow down those notes very quickly for you guys. Amber should be able to show you that in our chart module here.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it comes to the Show tab, you just very easily access it right from the top of your chart module. And when it comes to looking through your notes, you know, many doctors don't want to have to scroll through their notes, so they can use the Show tab to isolate specific items that they want to see. As you can see right now, everything has a check mark in it. If I click on None, it'll help me isolate my view, and then by checking whatever it is that I want to see, I can very easily filter that information out. I can also save individual custom items, so whether I want to see just forms or if I want to see just completed treatment, whatever you would like to see here or would like to have a quick filter for, you can customize that. And this information is F key specific. As you can see, you have F1, F2, F3. So even if you're not on the Show tab, if I were to hit the F2 key on my keyboard, notice it'll filter out for me automatically. So this is a really, really powerful tool that will allow you to quickly and easily find all of the information you're looking for in a paperless office.
Now, Amber, just to touch on that for a moment, another feature that I've talked to a lot of our clients about and that they've requested is a more robust and advanced treatment plan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Practice Web has a comprehensive treatment plan that allows you to prioritize and even sign them electronically. The printed version is also fairly impressive. Can we take a look at that before you leave the chart here?
Oh, absolutely. So when it comes to treatment planning, you can absolutely have multiple procedures on any given tooth number, so that way you can present option A, option B, option C to your patients. And so let's go ahead and set up another, we'll go ahead and do a couple of treatment options here for this tooth number. And when it comes to organizing this treatment plan, you can use the treatment plan module over here on the left-hand side of your screen to set those priorities. If you look to the right of the treatment plan module, you see this column. Currently, we have set up Visit 1, Visit 2, Visit 3. This can all be customized based on your practice's needs under that Setup Definition screen. So right here under Treatment Plan Priorities. Now, when it comes to setting the priorities, all you have to do is highlight the individual procedures. You can even use the Control key, and you can highlight randomly placed procedures. But you would highlight the procedures for one specific option, and then click on that priority. And as you can see, what it will do is it'll color code it, and again, that color code is fully customizable, and it'll also subtotal it out for you so you know what your patient's copay will be per visit. Now, if you really want to present options separately to your patients, you can even highlight the individual options, and you can save that one treatment plan. So if you are printing, you can print it out, and here's option A, here's option B, option C, side by side. Now, if you are signing them electronically, once you've saved that treatment plan option and you want them to sign it with a tablet, you can click on the Sign TP right here at the top of your software. And I have dual monitors, guys, so I apologize. I'm going to open this up over here. So now you can see what the treatment plan would actually look like for your patients. So if you were to print this out, this is exactly what they would see. It comes complete with the graphical tooth chart, and it has the status option by color, so they can see, okay, this is my old work, and then the red is what the doctor wants to do today, and this is what my copay is going to be. And it even shows them their benefits. So if they have any, insurance benefits that are not going to be covered or covered, you can see all of that right here in one screen. Okay. All right. Now, when it comes to the procedure consent form, so let's say that you got them to consent to the treatment, and now they need to fill out the consent forms. You can actually see the consent forms right here in your chart module. So at the top, you just click on consent, whatever it is that the patient's going to have done. You can actually type into the consent forms. You can even draw on the consent forms if you had a tablet, and they can sign it electronically. Once this has been signed, it'll save right here in your progress notes. Okay.
Now, to touch on that for a moment, Amber, I just wanted to add that those consent forms can also be signed on that patient enroll application we looked at earlier when a patient is checking in for their appointment.
That is correct. If you wanted to have them sign it, if they weren't signing it now, if they were going to sign it when they had their next appointment scheduled, then absolutely you could click on the Forms button and then click on Add, and then you could have them sign any forms, and anything that is selected from this list is available for that electronic signature on the Patient Enroll app. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into our account module. So we have completed treatment that's been done today, and so we have a patient bill. The account module is really easy to read. You can see everything that was marked as completed is already waiting here for you in the account module, so there's no reason to double enter it. And to create an insurance claim, we can just click on the New Claim button here at the top, and then you would click on Send at the bottom, and that would actually send it electronically. And once you've sent this claim, it would look like this. So you have the value of your claim, you have what you're hoping to get from the insurance company, and then your patient's portion, if any. And then if they had secondary, you can see that it even tells you that they have secondary insurance and are going to wait on this to on the primary to be received before you send it. Now, if you're going to collect a patient copay, all you have to do is click on the payment button, and then whatever it is that they're paying today, you just put that tendered amount in, and then you can use customizable payment types, and we even have integrated credit card processors. And if you see, you also have a pay by text button up here at the top of the module. If a patient owes you a balance after the insurance is paid, you can actually send them a text message and letting them know about the balance, and they can pay right through their cell phones. Now, once we click OK to save this, that'll be reflected on our account. Now, when it comes to the payments, I'm going to delete this real quick. There we go. There we go. So now it's back down to a zero balance. So when it comes to your patients that have a bill after the insurance pays, if they actually owe you a balance, you can also send your billing statements right from the account module. So you can click on the statement button, and then that would, let me go ahead and get a bill sent up here real quick. All right, so this is actually what the billing statements would look like in Practice Web. So the billing statements have an area for the credit card information if they're paying by credit card. They also have all of the details based on what this patient owes and their insurance, and if there's an insurance estimate pending. So you can see all of that information. Okay. Okay. All right, and then another benefit of Practice Web compared to Data Team is that with your billing statements, you're not required to purchase any special stationery products to print or mail your bills. We know that's a requirement with Data Team, but with Practice Web, you can use any standard envelope and print it out on standard copy paper, so that'll help eliminate an additional expense for your office. And we also have an easy-to-use payment plan feature. When a patient has a large balance, you can click on the payment plan button at the top and then select Patient Payment Plan. And so if they are receiving a prosthodontic treatment or ortho treatment and you are setting up a payment schedule for them, you can enter whatever amount it is that they owe, and then you can set up your terms. And really, these 6 fields here help you create your payment plan in its entirety. So depending on what arrangements you're making, if it's 15 equal payments, you can type in 15 and then click on Create Schedule. And as you can see, it'll automatically give me the amount due for those 15 equal payments. Or maybe we are actually doing it based on affordability. So maybe they can only afford, $125 a month. You can enter that information and then create schedule, and then it'll automatically give you the number of payments that will be due. So the payment plan is extremely easy to use, and then you can print it out, have them sign it, and then if you click OK, it'll give you your payment plan reference line right here at the top.
Now, Amber, while we're talking about payment plans and we're talking about statements, so Data Team has very limited reporting capabilities, especially when it comes to your monthly insurance and that unbilled procedure follow-up, whereas Practice Web has quite an exhaustive list of reports. I believe there's over 60. Can we take a look at a couple of them?
Oh, sure. Insurance follow-up is extremely important to maintain good cash flow in the dental practice. There's actually 3 ways that you can make sure you're billing insurance in a timely manner and following up on unpaid claims. First, I recommend going to the Manage module, and those typical end-of-the-night processes. One of those processes I recommend every office do is click on the Send Claims button. If there are any claims that have not been sent yet, they will be here waiting for you to send. The great thing about this is that if you wanted to review the claim, you could actually right-click and go to that patient's account, and it'll actually automatically jump you into that account module so you don't have to really search for it. And that way you can review if everything's complete before you actually send it. Now, when it comes to making sure that your claims go out every single night, again, Manage module, Send Claims, here they are waiting for you. Secondly, we also have a report called the Procedures Not Billed to Insurance. If you look right here at the top of the insurance claims, you see Procedures Not Billed to Insurance. If there are any procedures that were marked as completed today, but the claim was not even created, you could highlight those procedures and then click on New Claims, and you could actually click and have this claim created for you right away. And then it would show up, and you just send it right from here. So everything can be pretty much done under one screen to make sure you're billing your insurance in a timely manner. Now, thirdly, if you want to follow up on claims that have been sent, but they just have not been paid yet, then you can go to the Reports menu at the top of the software, and in the Monthly section, let me click on Standard. I apologize, guys. There's a little bit of delay. Okay, so underneath the Monthly section of the Reports menu, you have the Outstanding Insurance Claims. And this is a list of your claims that have been sent. They just have not been paid yet. And the same thing applies here. If I right-click, I can go to the account, I can review, I can also double-click on the line item and resubmit right from one screen. So these are just a handful of reports that can help make sure you're billing your insurance in a timely manner and making sure you're getting paid by the insurance in a timely manner, helping you increase that cash flow. So overall, Practice Web has very detailed reporting. And as Nick had mentioned earlier, we have over 60 different reports. And our support will help if you are looking for information that you can't immediately find. Just call support. They'll be happy to help you find it. Now, once John Doe's appointment has been completed, you might want to schedule his recall before he leaves the office. And so from the Appointments module, you can click on John Doe's appointment here, so that way he's selected. And then you just click on the Make Recall button. And as you can see, the software will actually automatically bring you into that time frame of when his next recall will be due. So if I want to put him on our schedule for April 3rd, I can just drag and drop his appointment. Now, when it comes to your patients and, letting them know what they think about your office, you might want to send him a review. Whether you want to get positive, feedback or constructive feedback, if he gives you a positive review, it can help attract new patients to your practice online. And so Practice Web does offer a patient review system. It's really easy to use because it is automated. At the end of the visit, your patients will receive a text message, and so they just tap on the link, and they can leave a 5-star rating for you. So whether it be excellent, good, average, poor, very bad, and then they can leave a comment below, and then they have the feedback. So if you wanted to ask a few more detailed questions to really get an idea of what their experience was like in your office, then you can have them answer these additional questions. And then, of course, if they leave a positive review, our default is 4 stars or higher, then they'll get the option to leave a social media review, again, helping you outreach to more potential new patients. And when it comes to all of your review results, any good review will automatically go to your website. If you wanted to see the status of all your reviews, you could see it in what we call our dentist portal. It is a secure login that you can access from any computer or even your cell phone. And when it comes to logging in, you can see all of your reviews, even the negative ones, and you can see the patient's names. So if you decided that you wanted to make reparations with that patient, you could always contact them directly and see what you could do to maintain that professional relationship with them. So Practice Web, as you can see, from new patient up to helping you market your practice, has a solution for your office. All right, Neil, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, thanks, Amber. I think we wanted to talk about a couple of things for support, onboarding, and pricing, so I'll start that off. Thanks for the great demo so far, and I think that gave us a great overview of what Practice Web can do for our data team clients. I did want to mention that Practice Web has a really great, amazing support team with multiple support specialists. So whenever you have a question after you get trained by the support staff, when you have any questions about how to use a feature or a new upgrade that we've provided, you can always call us, and we are available to answer your questions. And many times our support specialists spend an hour or two if the issue requires that. So we're there basically to help you maximize the use of this software and really help your practice. Along with that, with support, we provide frequent upgrades. So about every 4 to 6 months, we'll come out with a comprehensive upgrade to Practice Web, which will have the latest technology and enhancements, a lot of which Amber just showed you right now. So for example, if we came out with a pay-by-text feature or some improvement with our e-claims functionality, all of those types of things would be included for free, included in your support every few months. And so now I wanted to, another thing actually I wanted to mention is after today's demo here, if any of you want to install a trial version, have a trial version to play with and really see Practice Web on your computer, we can certainly install that. Even today, if you want to get that taken care of, we can do that. Just call our sales line, which was included in our email, and we'll mention again at the very end. But, we can certainly take care of that trial version for you before you make the decision to upgrade to Practice Web. So with that, I wanted to hand it over to Nick to discuss how you really can get set up with Practice Web, what's the onboarding process, as well as converting your data from Data Team to Practice Web.
Thanks, Neil. So a few points on installation, training, and a conversion. If you were to convert your data from Data Team to Practice Web, In this case, we would provide a conversion to you completely for free. So typically we charge $795 for a conversion, but again, in this case, free, absolutely no cost to you. Generally, we're able to pick up and convert all major data in the software. So your patient data, your guarantors, insurance plans, carriers and fee schedules, treatment histories, and then of course your balances would come over. When ready, we take your data team data, and then of course we show it to you in Practice Web in advance. You have an opportunity to take your time and review it. And if to your liking, we install Practice Web on your system in your office with that converted data at a time that works good for you and your practice as to not impact your patients. And then at that point, we set up a 2-hour training with you and your staff. And Practice Web is very intuitive and easy to use, so it doesn't take a long time to get set up, and so we usually find that to be sufficient. And then, of course, if you have ongoing questions or any other issues that come up along the way, we have our phone and email support.
And on that point, Nick, regarding the how easy it is to use, I think a big concern that a lot of practices have when they're coming over from a different software they've been using for sometimes many, many years is the learning curve for the doctor, for the office manager, for the front office staff, back office staff, everyone. And I think that's a valid concern. The good thing is that with Practice Web, it is very, very easy to use, and you will see that when you get the training. And also we can do individual one-on-one demos to focus more on your specific questions regarding Practice Web. But certainly have no fear that this is going to take a long time to transition. We've designed the software to make it very powerful, but yet very easy to use.
That's right. And, a lot of offices that transition, they find that because it is so easy to use, they do get to use and benefit from these revenue-generating features rather quickly. And to show you how much we value you as, data team customers and as part of the Practice Web family, we do have a really, really special offer for you. As Nick had mentioned, we will convert your data team software at no cost. And again, regularly that's a $795 service, but we are giving that to you completely free. And then to get started with Practice Web, you get free Practice Web software and the installation as well as the training. That's a $699 value. And then the conversion is $795, so you're saving over $1,400. And all you have to do is simply pay the support cost of $99 a month for your first year. And because we truly value your loyalty, we will give you our loyalty discount of $89 a month after that. And the package, as far as the different companion products that we showed you, the text reminders and the patient reviews and the patient Enroll app, we do have packages starting at just $69 a month. So based on your practice's goals and needs to help communicate with your patients, we can discuss your different package options, and we do have discount packages available. So at this time, I don't see that any questions have come into the chat box. If you do have any questions about the software, I invite you to go ahead and type those questions in now. Nick, do you have anything that you would like to add?
Well, I just have spoke to a lot of offices over time about, just concerns about training and the learning curve that Neil was talking about earlier. So just touching on that point that he made, I think that is a valid concern and a very good point, that it is very intuitive and that most of our offices have found Practice Web very easy to pick up and use right away after their training.
Great. Thank you for that feedback. Well, it looks like we answered most of our questions during our presentation today, so I just want to say thank you again for joining us on this webinar. I hope all of you have learned how Practice Web can boost your office's productivity and revenue. We look forward to working with all of you and hope to help you with this great opportunity. If you do have any questions, or if you would like to schedule a one-on-one demo, feel free to contact us directly, 800-845-9379, option 1, or you can even send us an email to sales@practice-web.com. So thank you very much. Neil, Nicholas, thank you so much for your time, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.